YouTube. That was Joachim Andersen's Opus 41, number 14, the Andante. This etude provides a wonderful opportunity to work on a breathing technique where instead of taking a full breath of air and trying to make it last as long as you can, we instead take just a little bit of air that only has to last for a few notes, and then we breathe again very often throughout the piece. And that's the breathing technique that I employed as I played this etude. So let's look at a couple of ways that you can teach yourself how to do this if you don't know how to already, or you can practice it some more using this etude if you have done this before. So the first thing I want to point out is that whenever you take a breath, you should try to make the note before that breath fairly light. Not very heavy, but a fairly light note. That kind of takes attention away from the fact that you're breathing and can help that music sound a little bit more smoothly. So we're going to play the first note of every triplet very light, because after that first note is where I take my breath. So do you hear that light first note? That's exactly what we want to learn how to do. But that's a lot to learn with all of those notes going by so quickly. So let's look at a couple of different ways. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the rhythm. So we have these notes in triplets. I'm going to stick a big eighth rest right after that first eighth note, just to give myself plenty of time to take that breath. Gets me really used to breathing in the same place every time. So once I'm comfortable with that, the next thing that you can do with this etude is play with the rhythm that's written, except we're going to skip the middle notes, again giving us a lot more time to take that breath very comfortably. And by the way, notice that going from that first ending back to the beginning, those are not slurred. That's the only place that happens, so make sure you catch that. So that technique, again, gives you plenty of time to breathe, but it also has the added benefit of allowing you to hear what is the most melodic part of this etude, which is the slurred section. So you can get that in your ear and make sure that you're hearing that the way those notes are performed. Now the next step is we're going to start to add those middle notes back in, but we're not going to add them all at once because that would be a huge challenge. So let's add only the middle note of beat 1. That sounds like this. So now we're starting to get that quick breath, but we have 2 beats of break after that. So that gives us some time to recover from it. When you're comfortable with that, then just continue to gradually add those middle notes back in. Here's what I would recommend. After doing just the first beat, let's now do the first beat and the second beat. So again, we have a little break in each measure, but we're bringing those quick notes a little closer. Now at this point, if we add the third beat, then obviously you would be playing the entire etude, right? That might be a little much of a step for you right now. So let's add the third beat middle note, but only on every other measure. So again, we still have a break. If you continue adding those middle notes back in that fashion, before you know it, you'll be playing the entire etude that way. I hope that this gave you a creative way to practice this etude. I hope you get a lot out of it. And if you like what you see, I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you next time. Happy fluting!